this month. You may remember Tropical Storm Cristobal from 2020, a system that developed in the Central American Gyre, or the CAG, before slamming the Gulf Coast. Came with heavy rain and a whole lot in the way of wind. We're looking at an increased potential for homegrown threats right now. And homegrown threats, that's not good. You don't have a whole lot of time to prepare. They can blow up quickly. Here's the area that's been tagged by the National Hurricane Center closer to the Yucatan, going over the Yucatan. You still have a lot of land to contend with, but look at all these thunderstorms blossoming here, closer to Cancun. Once it gets closer to the Bay of Campeche, possible development here. It is low at this point, but you've got to watch this closely because look how close it is to land. It has nowhere to go but to land. This is the entire area of the CAG, which we will break down, and we've got another area to watch south of Mexico and Guatemala. That has a huge chance, 70% chance of development. It's coming in on the heels of what we're watching with Hurricane Priscilla. Those both could be bringing some moisture to portions of the country, southwest, the Four Corners. So October 8th through the 14th, we could see some development likely. We talked about portions south of Mexico and Central America, and then also possible development into the Gulf. Haley, when we get these storm systems, you could even see some that are in the Eastern Pacific that jump over land and go into the Caribbean. So while we're watching these that are going to go parallel to Mexico, there are times you can see this type of action. So, but look, you got a couple of them here, and that's going to, in fact, affect portions of the United States.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Central American Gyre is something that I don't want to say it scares me in a way, but it's always like I'm on edge here because when that starts to form this time of year, you get these little chips of low pressure and they can turn into very formidable storms considering the amount of heat we have in the ocean. Now, the good news is, especially with this area to watch tagged by the National Hurricane Center, it does seem like the overall flow would be it will pop up in the Bay of Campeche, but the flow pushes it into Mexico before it has time to sit and churn and become a very strong hurricane.
Good point.
But last year we had Milton that formed in the very same areas. And so it's all about those steering currents. And if we start to see a shift in that and those steering currents come a little bit closer to the United States, we really need to be alert. So especially now as we head into the second week of October.
A little more rising air, a little more moisture to work with.
Yep, the MJO is going to be supportive of helping these storms develop. So be sure to stay focused on the tropics.